I don't know how to start the video, but welcome to the Christmas episode of Katie and Her Dolls, y'all. So I meant to start this earlier, but it's already like 4 p.m. on Christmas Day 2025. I've got my little baby Christmas tree right here. I love my little Christmas tree. I didn't decorate it this year, but it's okay because it's still really cute. But today was Christmas morning, and I got a really lot of awesome presents I'm super happy with, but the main thing I got was this Olivia Chase doll. Ooh! Olivia Chase as Moire. Alright, so here she is. She's still in her box, so I already opened her up, took off the box lid so I can look at her. But this is Olivia Chase, and do you want to know something super cool about Olivia Chase? Okay, so you know Tyler Wentworth, probably the most popular doll Robert Tawner came out with. I don't know, I haven't seen statistics, but whenever I think of Robert Tawner, I think of Tyler Wentworth and her friends. And her best friend, Sydney, is right here. And Olivia is the daughter of Sydney Chase, which to a doll collector who loves a good story is the coolest thing to me. So that's why I had to add Miss Olivia to my collection. So this girl is like a Christmas present from my parents. My parents just said go pick yourself out something you want for Christmas and we'll put it under the tree. So she was my main gift from them this year. She has these super cool boots that she comes with and everything. So there's a whole story behind this girl, and I'm going to have to read up on it. But essentially what happened was this girl wasn't selling as good as hoped, and the Lacey Churchill dolls were selling out super, super fast from the retailers that had them and stuff. So what they did was they ended up replacing the head of Olivia with a Lacey Churchill head, and you got the same body and outfit and stuff. So I guess it was Lacey Churchill x Olivia Chase or something, but I like the Olivia head because this is Olivia's head. So I wanted to get one before they sold out. I actually heard about this happening, and I could have emailed and sent a question to ask, but I just found someone selling one on eBay, and I actually bought her that night, and that's how we've got her here today. I feel like you don't hear that many people talking about Olivia. I hear lots of people talking about Lacey on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, but not Olivia. So maybe I can just bring some Olivia Chase love here on my channel. But I hope I did an okay job of telling her story. I find it a little bit confusing, but if not, I'll either cut out the part I told and fix it, or I'll tell a better version of the story after this clip here. This is the post I found on the Cherished Friends Facebook page, which kind of explains about the Lacey heads and the Olivia heads and everything. This is just a little bit of the post, so go check it out if you want to learn more. It's a little confusing to me, but just go check it out for yourself. And I also saw that, from my understanding, and I'm not the best at this, but from my understanding, Olivia was first sold through a website, through a company called Sideshow. And then I also see that Cherished Friends has some of them too, so I'm not entirely sure of that whole story or anything or how that happened, but look into that. It's a pretty interesting story, but I really like this version of Olivia Chase I got here, so why don't we get her unboxed? Alright, so here I am a few hours later, and I have Olivia out of her box and have her sitting with one of my Sydneys and then my other Sydney. I only have two, and funny enough, I actually got both of them at the Atlanta doll collecting shows, so that's a funny coincidence, but I have them all together now so you can see them. And I also wanted to show y'all the difference between them, because one thing I said I'll notice right out of the bat is, this girl does not look too much like her mother, but to be fair, this is the Moire version of Olivia, so this isn't Olivia Chase herself. So I guess we're not looking at Olivia Chase, we're looking at her alter ego, the digital persona, which is Moire, that Sydney Chase is that the digital technology allows Sydney to become Moire. And I'll explain more of that when we talk about the story, but it's actually been roughly 5 hours since I filmed that last clip, because I had to go eat dinner and then I was watching, well actually it's been more 7 hours, but I had to go back to my grandmama's house to eat dinner, and then me and my mom were watching the 3 episodes of Stranger Things that were dropped tonight, season 5. We only have 1 episode left, which is coming out on New Year's, and I feel like the holiday season for 2025 was just remembered for Stranger Things because we had episodes coming out the day before Thanksgiving, episodes on Christmas Day, and then we also are going to have the last episode dropped on New Year's Eve. But I finished watching those 4 episodes, and it's very late at night now. It's definitely been more than a few hours, but I had to finish this video before I went to bed because I want to really maybe like change up her outfit or something, and I just wanted to show her in this before I do that. But I do really like this doll. One thing I will realize about her, and I think this is where some people talk about that they don't like her, is I think her expression and like her face does look a bit like almost manly, I guess you would say. But I think that's just like story-wise, just because she's a digital personification. She's not like exactly a real person, but I still think she's very pretty, and I definitely think she's a unique looking Tonner doll. So I really love her, and I'm really glad I added her to my collection. I love her dark like eyeshadow and stuff, but I think she's very, very pretty, and I do really like her. I love the details on her outfit. I think it's very unique. I'm not a fashion person, as y'all can tell. I'm more into like characters and stuff with that type of side of doll collecting than fashion, but I think this is really unique, and I love all the pretty details on it. This definitely seems like it gives me like a very like, this might be weird to explain it, but like outdoor woods princess fantasy type vibe. I don't really know how else to put it, but I think she's very cool. And she also comes with boots that I don't have her dressed in, and a necklace as well, I believe. She's on the RTB 101 body, which is different than Grace, who I did add here. Grace is on the 102 body, and that just means that her joints are a little bit different. Like Grace is a bit more flexible. And this body is also the same one that Lacey is on, and she's my first doll on the 101 body. So I do hope to get a Lacey this year too, but I think that's really cool, and I probably won't do it in this video, but I do want to undress her and just compare to Grace just to see the differences there, because I've heard about this body for years, since like 2020, and I just now have my hands on one. And I did read her story all the way through for the first time. I've read like a few pages like here and there, but it's really not that long. It's only 13 pages long, and there's also several pictures, but I really did enjoy the story. It's very much like just a chapter 1, like very short story, but pretty much what it's about is we just kind of learn a little bit more about Olivia's character. So what we have going on for Olivia is that she's actually a college student working on getting a degree, and she meets up for lunch with her childhood best friend Amelia, and then she's also meeting with her friend Jax. Amelia is. So then Olivia and Jax get introduced, and Jax is having a really hard time because he has to come up with this like digital influencer persona for his job. He has to come up with it, and he's worked really hard on it, but he is struggling, and he just can't get his designs perfect. And one thing he can do is he can work backwards. If he finds a woman who looks like the kind of model he wants, and then he can turn her into like a digital persona or a digital influencer instead. And right then Olivia walks in, and he's like, this girl's perfect. Like, she's very, very pretty and stuff. So then the 3 of them hit it off good, and then Jax asks her, and she agrees. And then the story just kind of ends after Olivia's photo shoot. She just dressed up in so many gorgeous, incredible outfits, and then it just ends with her leaving, and that's about it. So I discovered this girl, actually, funny enough, through an episode of the Doll Podcast with Louisa Maxwell, where she interviewed Robert Tonner. And I actually discovered this when I was researching for my Hello and Iceberg video, but I discovered her, and what drew me to her, of course, was a doll with a character and a story that's not lost media. We can go and read her little booklet, The Fix. I believe I got it from the Sideshow website, but I'm not entirely sure, but I'll link in the description where you can find it and you can read it for yourself. Very short, but a very fun read, and I do really love that stuff. And then too, when I heard that she was Sydney's daughter, I was like, I have to get this girl. There's no longer a question. But yeah. And of course too, you know, a story about an influencer gravitates with me, and I love it, as I'm a small YouTuber myself, and I love that type of stuff. So I just really felt like she was a doll that needed to be in my collection, and I do think she's really unique as well. But I don't know. I haven't heard anything, not that I've looked too much into it, but I haven't heard anything if there's more of the story supposed to come out, so maybe there will be. Robert Tonner and Sideshow, if you're watching this, I would love to read a chapter 2 at some point. But it was very fun, and I just love stories to go along with doll collecting. To me, that just elevates it that much more, because, like, let's say you're dressing your Olivia Chase in some other outfits, or you're maybe making some outfits yourself. If you know she's a Moire, let's say you're making an outfit for her, like, Moire identity of her, you can come up with outfits that would fit that character and stuff. And I just think that's so much more fun with photography and dressing your dolls and all that. I just think dolls are so much better when they have a good storyline as well, with a beautiful face and really cool outfits. But that's my Dolly Christmas present, the main one for 2025, and I don't have too much else to say about this video. I want to make it short and sweet so I can get off my phone, get it on YouTube while it's still the holiday season, and I can chill a little bit before New Year's. But here she is, Olivia Chase. If you haven't heard of her before, I hope you get to learn about her, and I do think she's a pretty cool doll, and I'm gonna go actually look up her hashtag on Instagram and see if there's other people posting about her, because I have seen a few, but I don't think she's talked about as much as I think she should be, because I think she's definitely a unique doll with a really cool storyline as well. So thank you all for watching this, and I hope you had a very Merry Christmas if you celebrate, or if you celebrate another holiday, I hope you had a great holiday, and if you don't celebrate anything, I hope you're having a great winter time or whatever time it is for you. Wherever you are in the world, and it means a lot to me that you watch this. I put a lot of effort into my videos, and I hope you're just having a great time. Thank you for watching, and I hope you all have a blessed doll-filled day.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
I did also remember one thing I need to say before I go. She does come with a stand, which is a pretty good stand, and I have her on that now, and she's wigged, so if you want to get a different wig for her, you totally can. One thing we learned in the story is that Olivia's natural hair color is a dark red, so I may see about getting a dark red wig, and then that way she can go from, like, Moire to Olivia or something. So that's just something else I thought I would let you know. So thank you all for watching this, and I hope to see you next time. I do hopefully will have a New Year's Eve video coming, and I'll actually be having another Tonner doll unboxing. I have a virtual doll convention Gwen unboxing, so I'll be doing that on New Year's, and I'll be reflecting on the year and stuff. So I would appreciate if you would check that out. And that's all I've actually got this time. I think for real this time.